Welcome back to another episode of the IDRiM podcast, episode 7. And today, something a bit different, where this episode is being released on a Friday rather than our standard Tuesday. And this is because we are carrying on with our interview with Associate Professor Funda Atun at the University of Twente. When we recorded this interview, what we found was that we were getting so much in depth and a lot of good information, but actually we couldn't squeeze it all into one episode. So we decided to release the second bit today. So this episode is a little bit shorter than our standard podcast. And what we're doing today is looking at Funda's research project that she's currently involved in, future directions, but also we're going to talk a little bit towards the end, a little bit more about the IDRiM conference that is coming up and the role that Funda will be playing in that. And I guarantee it, it's a great listen.
Thank you, Funda. Welcome back. So I was wondering, after this amazing conversation that we're having, I know that you are involved in a lot of projects right now, and you have been in the past. So maybe you could share a bit with us about the challenges that you faced and a bit how is it going?
Thank you, Irene. So there is a phase that not known very well by everyone, that the researchers like to do the research. They also need to bring in their funding. So that's why we need to write proposals, project proposals, and we apply for funds. And that's how we conduct our research. And of course, there are various different funding mechanisms. And each funding mechanism or funding body requires a different way of writing the proposal. And I really like writing proposals. I feel like it is putting pieces of the puzzle together. And I like the discussions with my colleagues, how to find the niche, make it more innovative, creative. So I feel alive, like when I in these proposal writing sessions, because it's a lot of thinking, sharing, brainstorming, a lot of work. Not everyone likes this, but it is it's one of the vital things that we need to do if we want to do research on a topic that we are interested in. And there are individual research grants, there are research grants for consortiums. And with Irene, we have Marie Curie, for instance, and I've been involved in writing Marie Curie proposals, and now together with a colleague of mine, we are supervising Irene's Marie Curie proposal. I strongly recommend young researchers to apply for Marie Curie grants, especially individual fellowship, because it is after your PhD, before starting working full-time in the academy with various tasks, the Marie Curie fellowship allows you to strengthen your skills, and it provides you okay, I can cut it. So it provides you with a new environment that you can collaborate with other researchers, and you can get different kind of trainings and improve the skills that are missing for you to pursue an academic career. So I strongly recommend, and our young researchers, and we would be happy to support and share our experience on that. And also there are other big proposals like EU funds that are very competitive, and you need to build transdisciplinary teams. They are not only researchers, so you need to collaborate also with ministries, municipalities, NGOs, SMEs. And so the way these different organizations work it's different. Like also the time, like in research, it's okay if we spend 1 year to get an answer to a question, but in a municipality, things should be quicker. They would like to get the output quicker than we do in research. So then the needs are different, the daily responsibilities different. So yeah, it is like we need to embrace also our differences when we work in such projects. I think it enriches the research, and in such environments you can have innovation.
Thank you, Funda. I think it's such a great point, and I think you made such a good job in highlighting the challenges in which you enjoy. I know that you enjoy this process, but actually writing a proposal is a challenge in itself. Because as you mentioned, our projects often have such an interdisciplinary core that you have to combine so many different aspects, interests, because of course there are other researchers that you need to include, and also their concerns and their interest needs to be included. And I think it's just such a natural prosecution of what you were saying, like this, just enjoying building a network and creating a powerful team, and then just naturally becomes using these teams to make something good happen. And I also think that the other big challenge that you highlighted is such a pivotal point. When you collaborate with non-academic partners, which is, as we mentioned before, it's something that I think all researchers should strive for, because that's where the real impact comes from. It's so difficult, and it's such a negotiating challenge to negotiate your own expectations and what university wants and what you as a early career maybe need to provide, and at the same time what are the needs of the other partners, of the other stakeholders that you're engaging with. I think really you made a great job in highlighting these two fundamental challenges in being an academic in this field. And maybe I was wondering, because I know personally about this project, of course, aside from my Marie Curie, but I know that you are one of the heads of a very big, very important project that is happening right now. So maybe you could tell us a bit more about the Horizon PARATUS project. I'm sorry for hijacking a bit here, Mark, but I think it's really important, and it's such a great opportunity to shed a bit of light on something good that is happening right now.
Okay, of course. With a colleague of mine, we are coordinating a PARATUS project, Professor Kees van Westen and I. And so we are a big team, and so very hardworking and very ambitious group. And in PARATUS, we have in the middle now, we finished our second year, and we have 2 more years to go, and a bit less than 2 years. And so there, we would like to, we are working to create a platform, but at the same time, we are developing tools that can assess the multi-hazard risk. So not only, sorry, the light is, okay. The light is gone. Yes. Okay, you cut here. So in PARATUS project, on one hand, we are developing tools to assess the multi-hazard risk, and also to support decision makers, to test their decisions to reduce the systemic risk during the preparedness level. And on the other hand, we are creating a platform to share these tools with the stakeholders. Actually, that's how we started, but now we are creating this platform together with various other projects. So it is becoming bigger and bigger, and it is called now Disaster Risk Stakeholder Platform, because this platform also supports the sustainability of the projects. And because when you have a project for 3 years, 4 years, then when your funding finishes, then also your website goes down, and then so there are like you cannot ensure the sustainability of the project when your funding finishes. So that's why we have this collaborative platform with other projects that like we can share the results, the outcomes of these various projects. But at the same time, as I said, we are developing tools to assess the multi-hazard risk. So combining different hazards and also the impacts of these hazards.
Okay, so I'm just looking at the PARATUS website right now, actually, and I noticed that you have 4 case studies. So which one are you involved in, if you don't mind me asking?
So as I am one of the coordinators, I am involved in everything in the project. So we have 4 case studies, like one of them is Istanbul megacity, and Bucharest, it's a medium big size city in Europe. And we have Brenner corridor that connects northern and southern Europe in Italy and Austria. And we have Caribbean islands. And so we have, like, we focus on different sectors in these different case studies. And but the main issue is the multi-hazards and also the systemic risk.
So why were those 4 case studies actually chosen?
Okay, so I think I can actually connect it with the future. So now, if you just do a basic Google search and write megatrends for the future, you will see where we are going. Like we will start talking about mega regions, not mega cities anymore. So, and there are islands already. They started leaving those islands due to sea level rise and climate change. So maybe in Europe here we don't feel those things, but when we look at our surroundings, the change is happening now, and when we also look the direction of the trends. So it's very important to also to look where we are going and what can we do today to prevent is happening. So that's how we selected those case studies. So on one hand, we wanted to understand what happened in the past. So case studies with some disaster experiences in the past, and also the ones that will also be important for the future, like islands. That's why we have small island states. And now what is happening there will happen in the shorelines of Europe, Africa, Asia. And then we have megacity, Istanbul, because it's very important to understand how planning decisions taken in a rapid way contribute to the current vulnerabilities and what will happen also in the future, because we are now going to the direction of mega regions. And Bucharest is an important example because it's one of the European cities, like many other European cities, exposed to different kind of hazards, and Bucharest is exposed to earthquake hazard. And the population is changing. There are some problems, some issues, challenges, let's say, that they experience in Bucharest and also in many other European cities. And we have this traffic corridor, Brenner corridor, that connects Europe, like northern and southern part Europe. And it also, like, if there is and the surrounding of the corridor is changing due to the climate change and the urban developments, like the forest that was protecting the road network from a landslide. Now they are losing it due to various, due to combination of reasons, because the pine trees are the more resilient, the trees, more resilient ones selected to be planted around those corridors, but now they are losing the forest due to, as I said, some combination of challenges, reasons. And so this is what is happening now. in these case studies, those changes also give hints about the future direction, and that's why we selected these 4 case studies. I think if we come up with some solutions, or at least make aware about what's happening, and then also they will help us to to understand better what would happen in the future and how to prevent it happening.
Thank you, Funda, for sharing such so much about your path, your career, your challenges, and it's just so many interesting points, food for thought, and I'm very happy to be working with you on a daily basis. But yeah, so I think maybe we can conclude with, if you have some final remarks. We really squeezed you as with all that you had to give. So maybe, yeah, just some final thoughts to leave us.
First of all, Irene and Mark, thank you so much for hosting me, and also thank you so much for your nice words about me. Like, it is a great pleasure working with you, and like, I want to close with the stressing one of the core values of IDRiM Society, which is collaboration. And the project that I just mentioned, it's also based on collaboration, not only with the members of the project, but also with other projects. So we have a website, the DRS Hub, Disaster Risk Stakeholder Hub, which is open to anyone who would like to be part of it. If you have an ongoing project, or if your project is already closed, you can also share the results. And so I think Mark and Irene, we will share the link below. So you can reach out to us, and you can also be part of our group, our collaboration, and we will be very, very happy. And yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. And just to note as well about, as you mentioned, you were talking in your project about small island states, which is a perfect segue to our conference this year, which is in Samos. I've mentioned it previously in the podcast, but just to highlight that we are hosting our annual conference this year in Samos, Greece, between the 28th of September and the 1st of October. And this year's theme is actually small islands, and how we deal with disasters on small islands is one of the main themes. And I imagine you'll have a presentation about this in the project. And within the conference this year, we, of course, for young researchers, we have the Young Scientist competition, and more details are going to come out over the next couple of months about this. It's a perfect opportunity for young researchers to present their research alongside senior researchers, so you do not get pushed away like a lot of other conferences. We make sure that you are front and center with all senior researchers, and you will be judged by senior researchers. And at the end of it, you get a trophy. You also get to give another presentation, a webinar presentation the following year as a way of celebrating. And I just encourage as many young researchers to participate, and also encourage as well, make sure that we have as many women represented as well, because I feel that is key. Representation in the field will progress us to more gender equality. Any other comments I've missed about the conference?
I can add something for IDRiM Women group. So like, you can also join our mentorship program by being a member of IDRiM.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mark, for the mention of the conference. I think as an early researcher myself, I think I would like to stress the importance for all those who have the opportunity to attend as many conferences as possible, and just know that IDRiM is a lovely community of experts coming from very different backgrounds. It's going to be a very good opportunity to just meet new people and talk a bit about your research and get very insightful feedbacks. And just one very small thing, we're going to have a bit more of a social profile soon. So yeah, make sure that you keep in touch. You look around a bit of IDRiM, women in disaster as well, if you're interested. And yeah, maybe we'll see each other, or we'll be in touch sometime. Thank you.
So we'll wrap it up here, and thank you for Funda and Irene for in this recording of this special IDRiM podcast. And I would like to thank the audience for watching on YouTube and Spotify, and we'll hope to see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much. Bye bye.